Psalms 21 and verse 7. 27 verse 1, I'm sorry. Psalms 27 verse 1. And like the brother said, please get your pens and papers out because we're going to go through some stuff that you guys probably have not heard.
Psalms 27 verse 1. The Most High is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
So if the Most High is your light and your salvation, why should you even be fearing anything? Read on.
The Most High is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
Ahia is my strength of my life. What should I be afraid of? Keep reading.
When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear.
Okay, so even if a host shall encamp around us, that would be considering martial law or anything that would try to come against us, why should we fear if the Most High is our light and our salvation, our strength and our salvation? Keep reading.
Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident.
He said, even if a war was to rise up against us, we need to be confident that the Most High is our strength and our salvation and our life. So now to get into the doctrine. Okay, so now the scriptures that they bring out, right, a lot of scriptures that's being used in Jeremiah and also Isaiah, first of all, they're being read in the wrong context. And second of all, the scriptures that they're using ain't even talking about our day and time. It's actually talking about the times of the old Babylon. It was a Babylon before this time. We in the daughter of Babylon. It was a Babylon before that. It was actually a daughter of Babylon back then as well, too. I'm going to bring that up. Okay, so Jeremiah 51 and 6 is one of the scriptures they like to use to say that we're supposed to flee to America. Okay, so Jeremiah 51 and 6. Turn to which, please.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the highest bid.
Okay, so no, that's wait, start right there. Okay, so it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul, right? So is this talking about us in our day and time? Same chapter, verse 34. Read that.
Verse 34. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, devoured me. He hath crushed me. He hath made me an empty vessel. He hath swallowed me up like a dragon. He hath filled his belly. My delegates, he hath cast me out.
Okay, it said Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. This is the same chapter. So we read in the Bible, we got to not just read one scripture and run with it. We got to read the whole Bible and do precept upon precept. So this particular chapter is talking about Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. So it's not talking about us in our day and time. Matter of fact, let's get one more. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50 and 8.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the goats before the flock.
Okay, so in this verse, it actually said the Chaldeans, but I'm going to break it down even more. Let's go to verse 1.
Verse 1. The word that I have spoken against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet.
Okay, so it's letting you know that this was talking about Babylon and the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Now let's go to verse 17 real quick.
Verse 17. Israel is a scattered sheep. By the lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria has devoured him. And last, this, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, has broken his bones.
So there it is again. Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has broken my bones, right? So this whole chapter, as well as Jeremiah 51, is not talking about our day and time. And now I'm going to prove that when they left out of Babylon, first of all, they left together. second of all, Jeremiah, when he was saying come out of the midst of them, they wasn't running 10 here, 20 there, 50 here. Everybody, when we left Egypt, we left together. When we left Babylon, we left together. The question is, who saved them out of Babylon? Because if we said that they ran out themselves, then the Most High didn't save them from Babylon, right? So I'm going to show you what happened in Babylon. We're just going to keep reading. Let's go to verse 18.
Jeremiah, verse 18. Therefore, thus saith the High of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, and I have punished the king of Assyria.
Okay, so he said he going to punish the king of Babylon just like he punished the king of Assyria, right? So keep reading.
And I will bring Israel again to his habitation.
He said, I will bring Israel again to his habitation. A higher will. Keep reading.
And he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead.
Okay, let's go to verse 22.
Verse 22. A sound of battle in the land and of great destruction. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have made a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against a higher.
Okay, keep going.
The Most High hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapon of his indignation.
So Ahiah brought out his armory, and he opened up the weapons of indignation. The children of Israel were still in captivity. He had to free them out of that captivity. Keep reading.
For this is the work of Ahiah of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
So this was the work of Ahiah in the land of the Chaldeans. Keep reading.
Come against her from the uttermost border. Open up her storehouse. Cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing be left of her.
So they was destroying everything in sight. Keep going.
Slay all her bullocks. Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them. But their day has come, the time of their visitation.
Okay, read on.
The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon.
Wait a minute. So now, with all of this going on, because the Most High was freeing them from the land of the Chaldeans, they coming out, he said, the people that flee and escape out of the land, because the Most High freed them out of their land, what was they doing when they came out?
To declare in Zion the vengeance of Ahiah our God, the vengeance of his temple.
They was declaring the vengeance of the Most High, shouting that he had freed us from this place. That's what they was going around doing. So let's go to Isaiah 48 and 20. Get a precept on that.
Isaiah chapter 48, verse 20. Go ye forth of Babylon. Flee ye from the Chaldeans.
Okay, start right there. Go ye forth of Babylon. Flee from the Chaldeans. A straight precept from what we just read. So when they was fleeing for the Babylons, what was they doing?
With a voice of singing, declare you, tell this, utter it even unto the end of the earth.
So they was singing, and they was declaring, and they was telling everybody, and they was uttering something all over the earth. And what was they uttering? Read.
Say ye, the Most High hath redeemed his servant Jacob.
He said, Ahiah has redeemed his servant Jacob. So when they heard that voice that come out of her, my people, the Most High freed them out of the captivity, and they ran out singing, rejoicing that the Most High freed them out of their captivity. So there's no way that we could be using Jeremiah or Isaiah. This is amount for two witnesses right here, Isaiah and Jeremiah. We cannot use Jeremiah and Isaiah saying that he was saying run early, like we supposed to just grab our bags, leave our family and friends behind, and just pack our bags and roll. Okay, so I'm going to show you now a scripture that the people that did do that back in them days, what happened to them? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 42 and 11.
Jeremiah chapter 42, verse 11. Oh, man. It says this. Be not afraid of the king of Babylon, of whom you are afraid.
He says, so don't be afraid of the king of Babylon. It was a commandment for them not to be afraid of the king of Babylon. Read on.
Be not afraid of him, saith the Most High.
He says, says Ahiah, do not be afraid of the king of Babylon. Read on.
For I am with you to save you and to deliver you from his land.
So the Most High said, I am with you to save you and deliver you from his hand. They didn't do it themselves. The Most High did it. Read the next verse.
And I will show mercies unto you, that he may have mercy upon you, and cause you to return to your own land.
Yeah, so just like right now, all of us want to go to our own land. But we just can't say, oh, you know what, I'm getting tired of being over here in America. This is the land of my captivity, but I'm just going to go ahead and pack my bags and I'm going to leave early. Okay, let's see what's going to happen to people that be leaving early. Go ahead.
But if you say, we will not dwell in this land, neither obey the voice of Ahiah, your God.
Okay, so the same person that's being used is Jeremiah, saying that he was telling everybody to flee out of the land of the north. I'm proving that they did not do that as is being preached. He said to them, if you don't want to dwell in the land, obey the voice of the Lord thy God, which he hath told you, don't be afraid of the king of Babylon. Saying what?
Saying no, but we will go into the land of Egypt.
He said we will go in the land of what?
Go into the land of Egypt.
They're going to run into the land of Egypt. So it was a small remnant of people that was in Babylon, got scared, and said, we're going to run early, and we're going to run into the land of Egypt. Where what?
Where we shall see no war, nor hear the sound of the trumpet, nor have hunger of bread, and there we will dwell.
So they didn't want to see no war. They didn't want to hear the sound of that trumpet of war, and they didn't want to have and they was like, and have hunger, nor hunger of bread. That means that it's just like right now, like people was running into these other lands, like into Egypt. At that, this scripture is telling you don't go into Egypt. You run into Egypt, say, I don't want to see martial law. I don't want to have hunger of bread. So you're going to take all your money and go to another country. Your money going to be a little bit more valuable in those lands. And he said, there we will live. That's what dwell means. I'm going to live there, right? So let's read on and see what happened to these people, because the Bible is a history book to show us what to do and what not to do. And let's find out what happened to these people that did this.
Verse 15. And now, therefore, hear the words of Ahiah, you remnant of Judah.
So it was a small remnant of Judah that was doing this, right? Keep reading.
Thus saith Ahiah of hosts, the God of Israel, if you wholly set your faces to enter Egypt and go to sojourn there, then it shall come to pass that the sword which you fear shall overtake you there in the land of Egypt, and the famine whereof you are afraid shall follow close after you there in Egypt, and there you shall die.
So he said, it shall come to pass that everything that you was fearing, because you didn't keep your faith in the Most High, he said that it was going to follow close after them, and they was going to die. The same thing that they was afraid of, that's what was going to actually overtake them and kill them. This is the scriptures of the Most High. Okay, so let's go to Zechariah chapter